What's going on, everybody? Woody here, back with another video. Today I want to make a video about why I believe Black Ops 1 was a near perfect experience. It is probably my second favorite in the whole Call of Duty series, Black Ops 2 being my first, but I will say this game holds a special place in my heart for being how perfect it is. It had something for everybody. The multiplayer was almost flawless, the campaign was amazing, and so was the zombies. And today I'm going to be going into all of it and explaining why I think it's a near perfect Call of Duty, or a perfect Call of Duty.
Fuck you! Kiss my ass!
First, let's talk about the campaign. Black Ops 1 stands out with its engaging and complex narrative. Players step into the shoes of a new character, Alex Mason, embroiled in a gripping story of Cold War brainwashing espionage. The game's non-linear storytelling and the use of flashbacks keep players on the edge of their seats, unraveling a mystery that's both personal and global in scale. The game takes place during the Cold War and Vietnam. The game features prominent political figures from the likes of John F. Kennedy, Robert McNamara, Noriega, and Fidel Castro, which I believe Activision or Treyarch, if I'm not mistaken, they were actually sued by the Cuban government for featuring a mission with Fidel Castro where there was an assassination attempt in the game. The game also features brand new characters from the likes of Weaver, Sergeant Woods, Hudson, Dragovich, and Steiner. You also had a beloved returning character, Reznov, who played a huge role in the story. Each character in the game impacts story in their own right. Not a single character feels like they should not be here. In my opinion, this game's campaign to me is the best in the series. I especially love the Vietnam missions. We have not had any other COD games that let you play in a Vietnam setting, really. I also love the soundtrack. I think every song in this game really sets an atmosphere in each mission. The character depth is remarkable. The blend of real historical events and thrilling fiction makes this campaign a standout experience in the series. The multiplayer mode is something I also want to discuss. This is probably where this game stood out the most, obviously, as it's the most popular mode in Call of Duty. The multiplayer mode had a sweet, simple, create a class system that made it easy to how players could customize their loadouts. The game featured the ability to pick 3 perks and a piece of equipment. Your primary and sidearm, you were limited to 1 attachment on both, unless you had the Warlord perk. Then you could have 2 attachments. The game also had pro perks, which today I still miss. I loved grinding for the pro perks. Basically what the pro perks do is if you had like extreme conditioning pro, I think you could get like unlimited sprint or something. Like it made it each perk stronger than what it already was. The game also featured a face paint feature, which added a little bit of more customization to like your character, some more customization freedom, I suppose. With a variety of weapons, perks, and kill streaks, the game offered immense strategic depth. The multiplayer also had some of the most iconic maps in the series, most notably maps like Nuketown and Firing Range and Summit. Each map was designed to cater to different playstyles, whether you prefer close quarters combat or long range tactics. The balance between skill and accessibility meant that both casual players and competitive players could thrive. I think this Call of Duty multiplayer, in my opinion, was the most diverse out of most of them. I think it catered to every playstyle. Some people would argue the snipers, they kind of had it, the worst, but I still feel like this multiplayer mode was almost flawless in the category of it was for everybody. It was for casuals, it was for competitive players, for people who wanted to, play a slower playstyle, for the rushers. It was just a great multiplayer in my opinion. Next up, I want to discuss the mode that I probably have the most playtime in. This mode is my favorite in the whole series out of every game. People call me crazy for that, but I love Black Ops 1 Zombies. It is by far the best, in my opinion. Don't get upset, in my opinion. Zombies, a mode that transformed into a phenomenon of its own. Black Ops 1 revolutionized the survival horror experience we know and love. Launch maps like Keynote or Toten not only offered a rich atmosphere, it also offered a brand new wonder weapon known as the Thunder Gun. The game was also launched with another iconic map known as 5. This map was like nothing we have ever seen before in the series. It featured a different cast of characters compared to what we were normally used to. It featured former US Presidents John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. It also featured former US Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara and former Cuban Prime Minister Fidel Castro. The iconic perks we love made a return with an introduction to 4 new perks known as PhD Flopper, Mule Kick, Deadshot Daggery, and Stamina Up. PhD would allow you to take no explosive or fall damage. You would also have an explosion underneath your character after dolphin diving from a high place. This perk would be used on maps like Call of the Dead to get high rounds. Mule Kick would allow the player to have 3 weapons at once. Deadshot would lock the player's aim assist on the heads of the zombies, and Stamina Up allowed for longer sprint time and speed. The game also featured many iconic maps like Ascension, which is my personal favorite, which takes place on a launch base. Call of the Dead, which features characters like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Robert Englund, Robert Rooker, Danny Trejo, and George Romero. Shangri-La, which was a jungle kind of map similar to Shinonuma. Last but not least, Moon. I think this map was very revolutionary for many reasons. It had 0 gravity, and you played zombies on the moon, for God's sake. Like I said in my last video, this map is one of my favorites. I love Moon so much. I think it's so cool that you can kill zombies on the moon. I also think it had one of the coolest Easter eggs out of the whole series, hands down. The game also had remastered versions of the World at War maps, known as Nocturne Toten, Verrückt, Shinonuma, and Durice. And with the Black Ops 1 zombie mechanics, these maps played a million times better. They played way more fluid than the World at War versions. Zombies weren't so glitched out or anything. The game also featured a fun arcade mode known as Dead Ups Arcade. You would play in an arcade top-down like setting, playing different stages. It's safe to say this zombies mode had some of the best and most content the mode has ever had to offer. And if you were on PC, this game even had modding tools, which I heard the modding tools on Black Ops 1 PC weren't very great as they were on World at War and Black Ops 3, but still you had so much content on this zombies mode, it's crazy to even think about. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is perfect not just for its individual modes, but for how they complement each other. The gripping campaign, the dynamic multiplayer, and the addictive zombies mode create a complete package that keeps players engaged. Whether you're in it for the story, competitive play, or surviving the undead, Black Ops 1 had something for everyone. I've always said this, and I'll say it again, I really feel like this game had the most replayability out of every game in the series. That might be a hot take, but I still think that to this day. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Black Ops 1 or what your favorite Call of Duty in general is. I would love to know. Most people probably say Black Ops 2, which is still my favorite, but this game, I always find myself replaying it more for some reason, probably because of the zombies mode. But anyways, if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe. I'm really hoping we can get to 500 subs by December. We hit 200, so thank you for that. But if you enjoyed the video, like I said, leave a like, subscribe. I will see you on next video, and peace.